Toxicology, here we go. So what's in his blood? All right, we have alcohol right here, 0.076. That's slightly under the legal limit for my state. I know people be Googling the fuck out of me. They be Googling me. They're like, where you at, Henry? I'm like, don't worry about it. Anyway, we got caffeine, presumption of positive, and the milligrams and grams, milligrams, nanograms. What is it? 1,000 nanograms equal 1 milligram, 1,000 milligrams equal 1 gram. If my science degree brings anything to that. So he was about intoxicated. Yeah, 0.08 is about intoxicated. So remember, she said he was drinking that night. He was drinking. But remember, liver and kidneys are intact. Okay. So that's what I want you guys to take. Liver, kidneys intact. 7-aminoclozapine. I forget what that was, but don't worry about that. Benzogonine. Benzos are at 1,000 nanograms. You don't want to be on benzos. He had cocaine in his system. The cocaine is 96 and the coacetylene is 22. Hydrocodone, which is pain pills, 12 nanograms. Lamotrigine, which is for epilepsy, if my memory serves me correct. Zolpidem, we know what zolpidem is, right? We know what it is because guess what? I said it. It's Ambien, guys. Ambien. There we go. That's what I thought it was. Sildenafil, right? What's that? That's Viagra. So that whole reconciliation, guess who was getting their cheeks clapped, y'all? Tammy. Tammy was getting them cheeks clapped. But because of the low dosage, it happened like probably earlier today, maybe the night before. So they were having sex. Someone said, ew, look, what do you think? Married people don't have sex? You think he not going to reconcile and clap them cheeks? Come on, guys. You know who wasn't clapping them cheeks?
Love of my life.
Tony. Oh, my goodness. Anywho, someone said also it's for hypertension. Yeah, but look, okay, here, let me give y'all something with my science degree. Viagra was first discovered for hypertension, but what you have is a side effect. The side effect was it helps erectile dysfunction. So there's like, look, we can make way more money using it for erectile dysfunction. But the byproduct is you're going to be erect. You're going to be standing at attention. So that's what JDF was doing. Creatine, he worked out. So I expect some creatine in his levels. Sodium, potassium, chloride, urea, nitrogen. These are all normal levels according to my med tech person. Oh, anywho, this is what he had. Yes, he had heart issues. He did. Keep going. This is basically, what is this? The tube. If you ever got your blood taken, you remember you get like 3 vials of blood or whatever. You know the fun fact, right? I used to work at a blood processing facility. I used to get these goddamn tubes or whatever, and I would have to like organize them. And I went from there. This is like my professional career. And I worked for like a sample person, like a sample receiving type lab where all they did was process these and farm them out. And Tony did say they were helping them get back together. Yes, that is true. That is true. Anyway, electrolytes, glucose. Now this is page 2 of 7. This is the same report. Okay, let's go to it. All right, so reporting limit. For those who don't know, the reporting limit is the minimum amount has to be reported for it to be detected. It's the minimum amount that has to be in his system for it to be detected. I know this because I work in the lab, and I worked in the lab for about 3 years. This is fresh out of college, guys. When you fresh out of college, you got that degree, you like, God damn, can I work in the lab? Just work in the lab. You got the science degree? It's like, yeah, I got the science degree. It's like, you're not going to medical school? I was like, nope. Why not? I hate school. So why'd you go into science? Oh, I didn't know. I got trapped. You know, the college scam. So he did have some alcohol in his blood. The minimum reporting level was 10. Ethanol is what is ethyl alcohol, right? So you in science, right? They have to lock this ethyl alcohol up because it's just alcohol. So students, we would use it for experiments, but you can also, toss it back and get drunk. So his blood alcohol was 0.076, which is slightly below the legal limit. And these reporting limits, anytime you have a result in the lab, you want to make sure it's above the reporting limit. Because if it's below, you put like a less than 5 nanograms per liter if it was below. So the 7-aminoclozapine, this is a benzo. This is going to make you feel nice. Here, I'll show you. I'll show the string, guys. No secrets. So this is your 7-aminoclozapine. This is a benzo. Oh, man, this is bad. But benzos, right? And I know someone who used benzos. God damn, he died too. He overdosed on benzos. It was a very sad story because it was pretty popular in my city. Benzos make you feel good. Makes you feel good. I mean, you would pass out from benzos. And if you're feeling bad, you take a benzo, you're going to feel euphoric. You're going to be happy. You're going to be all that. But then you're going to get addicted. and that's how you die. Where are we at? That's page 1. So back on page 2. So that's your 7-aminoclozapine. It's a benzo. We clear on that? Oh, look, someone says they hope Tammy's okay. Yeah, I hope she's okay too. Look, y'all are posting great questions. I didn't ask Tammy this because I didn't have this report. So we got the clozapine is a benzo. So the benzo lycogonine makes sense with 1,000 nanograms. God damn, that's a lot. So he definitely has some cocaine in his system. He probably look, man. If you doing benzos and you doing cocaine and then you doing pain pills and then you doing epilepsy medicine and then you doing Ambien, you have Viagra in your blood, you got alcohol in your blood. What are you like, guys? You out of here. You are out of here. You are trying to do it. You are trying to do it. And the thing with this, right? When you're doing stuff like this, no one to know. How quick does it take for someone to take a pill without the person knowing? I can go like this. I can go to the bathroom real quick, pop some pills, and come back, and you would know. You wouldn't know. Hey, we out drinking anyway. You drunk? I'm drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy to do this stuff. So the lamotrigine, that is for epilepsy. I know. Let me look this up so you guys don't be like, he's making this shit up. Even though I know it's gonna say it in the next one. Da-da-da. Here we go, right here, off to the right. It's sold under the brand name what is that? Lamictal? Among others, is medication used to treat epilepsy and stabilize mood and bipolar disorder. For epilepsy, this includes focal seizures, tonic-clonic seizures, and seizures in Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. Where am I at? We're right here. All right, back to this. So look, I'm hitting you guys with so much information. This is riddled with information. Y'all just getting an information bomb. That's right. Big dire wolf. Yes, he was dead before he hung himself, to be honest. Yeah, he was going to die that night. This is the Viagra. All this right here is Viagra because he was. Shout out to Tammy, man. Hey, there's a video I played, guys. All this other stuff was normal. And now they're about to go into what these chemicals are, even though I just kind of told you guys. But let me just pause it real quick. I know we in the thick of things. If you've been watching my stream for a while, yes, he was clapping Tammy's cheeks. He was clapping her cheeks, guys. He was probably like, who knows, right? Yes, it's cringe to think, it was the Green Ranger. There's a video I played, I think last stream, where Jason said, he talked about the last 24 hours of your life, right? If you know you're about to go in the last 24 hours of your life, what would you do? Who would you spend it with? Now, watching that video, I thought nothing of it. Like early on, watching that video, you think nothing of it. But then when you get all these details and you see all the plans he made and everything that he went through, he planned to spend his last 24 hours with his wife. That is crazy. And a piece of me, right? When I love my wife, I get it. When I loved her, I would. Ain't no fucking love here no more, man. Fuck her. She robbing my ass blind. Anyway, they about to go through the toxicology report. And look, we got a contributor and he has something interesting to say. And
certain things have to be kept private.
Keep it private. There you go. The booger sugar. All right, guys, let's get back into it, man. This is heavy. We don't got too much time to go because we just gonna get through this and then we out because it's heavy as hell. Heavy, but hopefully y'all doing it. And, hopefully y'all don't think of JDF of lesser of a person because he was self-medicating. I don't. He's still my hero. He's still my favorite Ranger. 7-aminoclozapine. Remember, this is a benzo. We'll go through the highlighted point. This is a major metabolite of clonazepam. Clonazepam is an immediate to long-term acting benzo. Hypnotic used to treat insomnia. So he was on the benzos for his insomnia. We knew he couldn't sleep. The prevention and treatment of various seizure disorders. So, like I said, remember the Viagra, right? It was for pulmonary disorder, but it also treats ED. It's the same thing. Hey, this will help you sleep and it will help you if you deal with seizures. It's the byproduct. I have a friend who works for a pharmaceutical tester, so he knows all this and he broke it down. And he'll be like, hey, these drugs are doing this, but if we could use the byproduct, because the money is in the byproduct. The money is in the byproduct of the drug, the alternate side effect. It also possesses tick and muscle relaxation properties. So remember, I told you, benzo is gonna make you feel good. It's gonna make you're gonna be relaxed. And if you stressing, hell yeah, benzos is where it's at. But I've never taken a benzo and I never will because I know someone who overdosed. It shares the actions and adverse reactions of a CNS depressant, including drowsiness, sedation, impairment in cognition, judgment, and memory, confusion, and disorientation. It's the same thing like freaking Ambien, guys. Like, they're going to go through everything Steady state plasma concentrations, a daily dose of around 29 to 75 milligrams for clonazepam and 23 to 30, 137 of the amino, whatchamacallit, which I believe he was in range, right? His value was 53. And what I'll do is I'll put that value, I need to put it off to the side somewhere so we can always reference it when it comes up. All right, I'll put it right, kind of like right there. All right, there we go. Let me then. All right, so there we go with that. Let's go to the next page. Remember, it's 7 pages. We are on page 2. We're now on page 3 of the, whatchamacallit. Thank you guys for being here with me. I appreciate all you. It won't be too much longer. We're going to go through this. The whatchamacallit, the benzo, blah, 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 benzolenine, which is a nose candy degradation product. Y'all see it? Okay, let me make it a little bigger for you guys. Is that too big? I ain't gonna say who said that, but anyway. Benzoline C-gonine is an inactive metabolite of the chemical breakdown of the nose candy. Nose candy is a Schedule II controlled central nervous stimulant. Effects following nose candy can include euphoria. Okay, someone sent a sweet message. Effects following the nose candy: excitement, restlessness, risk-taking, sleep disturbance, and aggression. So when you're on that nose candy, this is what you can experience. A period of mental and physical fatigue and somnolence followed the use of nose candy, and excitant stimulant effects were off. Benzoylglycine has a half-life of 6 to 10 hours. What was his results? Oh, God, he had about 1,000 nanograms in his system. God damn, this is tough. The average blood benzoglycine concentration in 906 impaired drivers was 1,200, so he was definitely impaired, or you can say he was impaired. Like when you had 1,000 and they say the average is 1,260 and the range for impairment is 5 to 17, goddamn, someone had 17,600 nanograms per milliliter in their body. And that's how you accurately represent it. But if you got 17,000, you have 17 milligrams in your body, or 1 gram in your fucking body. God damn, that's a lot. Anyway, benzoylglycine blood concentrations in patients admitted to an emergency room for medical complaints were around 1,200. So like I said, he was going to the doctor that night. Blah, blah, blah. Benzo concentrations in plasma following administration of 2 days of 2 grams of nose candy in 6 days, average about 4,900. Remember, his results for about 1,000. So based on his results being about 1,000, he probably did it earlier that day. Let's see, what was the shelf life? 6 to 10 hours. So he probably did it earlier that day, or early like Friday. And you know the crazy thing, right? When it comes to nose candy, people use it to break hangovers because it's an upper and alcohol is a downer. So you wake up, you hungover, you do a bump, boom, you back out there. If you don't believe me, watch some movies. They do it all the time. Chloride was fine. Chloride, oh, that's in his blood because he drank water. Water has chloride. Nose candy, again, in his blood. It just talks about, okay, the nose candy artifact formed in vivo when nose candy and alcohol are in circulation at the same time. It is an active metabolite and actively equal or greater than the use of whatchamacallit. So it becomes like, if I remember correctly, synergistic. When you can combine 2 things that will bring you up, or 2 things when combined together to make you feel energy, it's called synergistic. If my degree serves me, Bill. Nose candy in the blood, the average concentration is 906. For impaired drivers was 87. From 906 impaired drivers, the average concentration was 87. He had a result of 22. So like I said, it was earlier. This is the ethyl alcohol. The creatine, we don't care. It's just normal. That's probably from him working out. I mean, some people take creatine over the counter. It's all good. And this is a long stream, guys. I appreciate you sticking with me. But if you got to leave, hit the like button on the way out. This is the alcohol. So remember, Tammy said he was drinking. The toxicology was like, we want the toxicology report. You get the toxicology report and it's showing he drinking and they still like she did it. Like anyway, hydrocone free. So he was on Vicodin. So he's on Vicodin with the nose candy, with the alcohol, with the benzos. Like this is a lot, bro. Like you're not living doing this. No normal human being is living doing this. And like I said, the doctor said he was going to have a heart attack in his sleep if he didn't expire. This is the Vicodin. It's for pain relief. A normal adult dosage is 5 to 10 milligrams for every 4 to 6 hours. All right, guys, we are on page 4, and these are going to go quicker because it's not much to these pages. After a single administration, this is from the Vicodin. So we're still in the Vicodin of 10 milligrams, mean pink serum levels of 20 nanograms. What did he have in his system? This is the Vicodin. He had about 12 nanograms in his system. So he definitely took some Vicodin within like the last couple of hours. The this is for this Lama something is for, whatchamacallit, it's for seizures. Sorry guys that you can't see it, and it's Lamicatate or whatever. It's nothing big here. This is for, whatchamacallit, adverse reaction includes dizziness, headaches, alexia, blurred vision, nausea, and vomiting. Like, god damn, why would you take this? It really ain't nothing there. We know this is the Viagra. The Viagra. Shout out to Tammy, right? Hey, we're reconciling with her husband the right way, right? And the potassium is normal. Here's your Viagra. Look at the last parts. Remember, byproduct. Typical peak usage, 50 milligrams use, and he had 29. So the Viagra was done. It already did its job. Sodium was normal, and we off to the next page. Like I said, guys, this is all gonna go quick because it's really nothing there. Ambien. Okay, Ambien is pretty good. Ambien is pretty good because remember we said Ambien causes. That was my initial assessment. I'm like, yo, it was the Ambien. Ambien causes all this. We know it's used to treat insomnia and 5 suspected impaired driving cases where Ambien was the only drug detected. Had a range from 80 to 1400, with 850 being the median. And his Vicodin levels were at 320. So he was on a small amount. I mean, not Vicodin, his Ambien. He was on a small amount of Ambien. So we have some Ambien. In 7 deaths, the heart and blood concentrations were above 2800. So you could kind of say it wasn't the Ambien. I mean, like you could say, hey, Henry, you were a little off. It's like, yeah, I was, because I didn't have this goddamn toxicology report to know that he was on benzos and nose candy and Ambien and pain pills and pretty much any other thing that he can get. And don't forget about the 15 undigested pills in his stomach that were sure to knock him out. So you can say that he may have whatchamacallit himself to avoid feeling a heart attack. It's so much death around, so much death. Literally, my uncle just had a heart attack and he gone. And this is the person. Remember, I said it's 2 different people, so you would notice that the names are different. Now, let's get back to this tab right here, which is my expertise. This is lab stuff, okay? This is what I look for. Basically, you got your reporting limits, and these are all the things that they tested for. And the highlighted things are what was detected, like the nose candy. And you have the minimum limits. So like, hey, it has to be above 20 nanograms to report that. It has to be above 20 nanograms for them to quote this part. I don't think it's accidental. This was intentional, man. This was, I don't want to be here anymore. There is your epilepsy medication. There is your Ambien. There is your alcohol. There is your Viagra. Tammy.
Love of my life.
Look, man, I know I'll be trolling Tony, but look, guys, if Tony you watching, I don't got nothing against you, man. Nothing against you. But anyway, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of this, man? This is kind of sad, but we're at the end of it. We went through the whole toxicology report. He did have a heart condition, the sleep apnea. They confirmed that. We talked about the epilepsy. We talked about the benzos. We talked about the booger sugar. We talked about the medication not being prescribed to him. So, when you got money, you can get pills from any pop-up doctor for the right price. So I definitely think he was self-medicating.